All right. So welcome to Maduka's masterclass for today. And we'll go straight into the matter. We want to look at shortcuts. So what is a shortcut and why are shortcuts important? Um, Basically what a shortcut does is that it just helps you get an action done quicker. 1 minute. Let me mute the audio on that. 1 second. Shortcut. So what is a shortcut and why? All right, so we're there. Um, yes, so there are quite a number of shortcuts that will just help us get an activity done a lot faster and a lot quicker than if we were doing it on our own. Please just confirm if you can hear me by just putting in a message in the WhatsApp chat. Can you hear me? Am I audible? Somebody has complained that there is no audio. Can we just confirm? Just let me know in the chat if you
We,
can hear
we
me.
can hear you clearly, please. Very
Oh,
audible.
fantastic. All right, that's cool. Thank you so much. Well done. Great. So why do we use shortcuts? We just, I mean, if you are if you drive and there has been a route that you typically take, maybe to the office, that takes you 15 minutes, then you find a route that cuts that time to 7 minutes. It probably, if it is safe and if it does not break any laws, it becomes your new favorite route because it just helps you get there faster. I mean, it's not rocket science. So we're going to look at a couple of shortcuts to get us to get somewhere faster. The first one I want to show you is what we call splitting of your screen. Do you have this situation where you are typing on one window, like there's a window open in front of you now, you can see biography, there's a window open in front of you, but you want to continue to make reference to another window, another Microsoft Word window, and you want to look at those two windows side by side. So instead of having two laptops where you will check. And even two laptops won't even help you because what if you want to copy and paste from one window to the other window? What do? There is what we call the window keyboard, the window key on your keyboard. How do you find it? This is going to be a bit difficult for me because we are not using I'm not able to view an online keyboard, but I want to see if I can turn my camera, and if that will help, let me turn my camera on. Let's see if that would help. And then my camera, I'm trying to see if I could focus on my keyboard, and you'll see this is at the bottom of the keyboard. 1, 2, 3. Third from the left. So you have control, you have function, and you have window. Then the fourth one is alternate. These are going to be very, very useful for us to work with shortcuts. So you have control, you have function, you have window, and you have alternate. We're going to work with a window, the window key now. All right, so all I need you to do, and I hope you're practicing along with me, what I need you to do is to press the window key, and then you see that there are at the other extreme, at the bottom right, You see you have arrow left, arrow right, arrow up, arrow down. The last 4 keys. Arrow left, arrow up, arrow down, arrow right. All right, so I need you to click on, and for shortcut, you will need to click on at least 2 keys at the same time. That's how shortcut works. So window, arrow, left. What happens is that it moves this window and fits it on the left. So if you can see my screen, you see that it has actually shifted, and it means I'm probably going to have to reduce the size so that everything fits into one window. Now, let me have another Word document open. Let me have another Word document open. 1 second. I'm hoping that you can see. I want to maximize it. This is another document open, and I'll share this document with us. It's just like a Word document that gives us a list of shortcuts. I want to move it to the other end of the screen. So arrow right. So window, arrow right. Window, arrow right. So I have the 2 side by side. This way I can work. So for example, if you have maybe like your thesis that you are developing on one end, and then you have a Word document that has your results on the other, in another document, you can open the 2 side by side, and you can copy from one window. So I'm copying from one window, and then you can go paste it. Let me go to the very bottom. Okay, you can go and paste it. So you can go and paste it. So this table shows the most frequently used shortcuts. This table shows I've moved it from one place to the other. It really makes working easy, because instead of you to open, then you will now go open the other one, copy, then come back. Then it just makes it faster. It just makes it faster. All right. So I hope that you got that. What you need is, you need your window and your arrow. Arrow left, it moves the document to the left. It just occupies one window by the left. Arrow right, it moves another document. How do I go back? You either go back by going to the, you go back by going to, at the top left hand corner of each document, you can click. I'm trying to show you. I hope it's visible. At the top left hand corner of every document, you have minimize, maximize, and close. So you can go back and maximize. You can go back and maximize. All right. So let's go back there. Let's go back to our original document so that we can work with that. All right. Okay. And then let's go back. So as often as you want, you can split your screen into 2. Now, other things that you want to quickly know, many of you know some of these shortcuts. And most of the shortcuts we're going to look at now, you will need the control key, the control button on your keyboard. Like I said, at the very bottom, the very first on the left is control. All right. So if you want to open, pardon me, you want to open a document, is Control O. Control O. You click on Control O, you see that it has gone to open. And then you can decide what it is you want to open. If it's already something you've opened recently, fine. If not, you can actually go to the particular folder you want and open. All right. So that's Control O is to open a document. Control N is to open a blank sheet. Control N is to open a blank sheet. So that's Control N. So if you want to open a new document, a blank sheet, all you need to do is click on Control and N. So this plus that you are seeing here means you click the two together. Control first, then N. It doesn't mean you go look for a plus sign. No. Control first, then N. If you want to save a document, let's save this one. Control S. Control S. It will save the document automatically, or it will tell you to save as. Save as. Give the document a title if you don't already have one. Give the document a name and save it on your system. So Control S. You want to close a document, Control W. I hope I'm not going too fast. Control W. You see that document has closed. That document has closed. So let me do Control O and let's open it again. Let's open it again. And then let's open it again. So we're back there. If you want to copy, you highlight what you want to copy and you do Control C. I mean, some of these things are what many of you already know. Control C. And then you want to paste, Control V. So you can copy from one place and paste somewhere else. So you see here, I've copied this from the window on the right, and I'm going to paste it on the window on the left. Control V is paste. Control C is copy. Control X is cut. So the difference between cut and copy is that if you cut, it leaves the page. Remember, last week we talked about track changes. So you see that the fact that you are seeing this in red with cancel means that track changes is activated on this particular Word document. So you just copy, you just cut it and then paste it somewhere else. Control V. Control V. Right. What if I want to undo? What if I want to undo? All right, I want to undo is Control Z. So if you see, by the time I click Control Z, it has gone back to the way it was before. It has gone back to the way it was before we started, before I cut. Right. Redo, Control Y. Redo, Control Y. Undo, Control Z. Redo, Control Y. Undo, Control Z. Just makes life so much easier. Formatting shortcuts. Bold. We know that one. Control B. Bold. Control B. Bold. Undo. Control Z. Very simple. Italicize. Italicize. Control I. Control I. You see the text has become italicized. Control I. If you click on Control B for it to become bold, and you want to unbold it, you can click on Control B again, and it would unbold. If you click on Control I to italicize, and you want to undo it, you can click on Control I again, and it would remove the italics. And then finally, before we take questions, and then go to the next set, if you want to underline, Control U, and you want to undo the underlining, Control U again. So underline, Control U, Control U, Control B, Control I. You can apply the three at the same time. And what you have is bold, underlined, italicized. All right. Okay. So there are so many other shortcuts, but I've run through a couple quite quickly. So let me pause and take your questions, please. If there's anything that wasn't clear, anybody who needs me to demonstrate something else, or redo what we have already shown, please, I'll be happy to take your questions. All right, let's just check. So the video is already streaming live on YouTube. Already streaming live on YouTube. So you can definitely go to the YouTube page and watch it again. Slow me down, rewind me, fast forward me, whatever you want to do. I'm at 100% at your mercy on the YouTube channel. So you can go back there at your convenience and just do a revision. I'll do a revision. Let me see if I have any other questions. All right. Do we have any other questions? Okay, that's fine. All right. Now, so most of what we have done is using the Control key. I'll show you a couple more. All right. I'll show you a couple more. So if you want to increase your font size, all right, so let's check what font size this is. This is 12. How do you know? It's showing here. All right. Iptos body, that's the font type. The font size is 12. You want to increase your font size, Control, and then you go and look for the left square bracket. Left square bracket. Now, where is it? After P. After P. The left bracket reduces your font size. The right bracket increases your font size. Are you seeing that? The left bracket reduces your font size. The right bracket increases your font size. These are some things we may not have known. Square bracket, please. Control, and then you click on that bracket. And that helps you play around with your font size. Center the text, Control E. So that moves it to the middle. Control E again, takes it back to where it was. If you want to align your text to the left or to the right, Control R, to the left, Control L, center, Control E. It just depends on where you want to go. So this actually helps you with your formatting. Yeah, helps you with your formatting. Again, if you want to undo what you have done, you just click it again. So if you did Control E and it's centered and you want to take it back, or you want to remove the centering, you do the Control E. You do the Control E again. Do the Control E again. All right. Zoom in, Control and plus. Plus is at the top of your keyboard. Control and plus. You see that it's making the screen bigger, zooming in. Control and minus, zoom out. Zoom in means it's bigger, you're going closer. Zoom out means it's smaller, you're coming back out. And you want to go back to 100% zoom, Control 0. So look at it like this now. It is really zoomed out. I want to go back to 100%, Control 0. It takes me back to 100% immediately. Takes me back to 100% immediately. All right. So these things just take practice. So you want to find something on your document. Control F, Control F, Control F. You want to find something on your document. So for example, I'm looking for the word shortcut. I'm looking for the word shortcut. So all I needed to do was Control F, and then this window, this pane opens on my left-hand side, and I type in shortcut, and it shows me 26 results. 26 results. And I can see everywhere where shortcut appears 26 times in the entire document. Right? So another thing you can do with this is that you can replace. Control R. Control R, you can replace, or as you've done this Control F, you can click this small arrow down, search for more things. You see, this X means close it, then this small arrow down means you can search for more things, and you can click on replace. Replace. So what does this mean? Replace shortcut with uppercut. Let's just have fun. Replace shortcut with uppercut. You can replace single replacement, which means the one that it has identified at the particular point in time, which means one replacement, or you can replace all. And to tell you, we made 26 replacements. So all the shortcuts have been replaced with uppercuts. So what you want to do, you don't want that. I mean, that's not what I want. I made a mistake. Control Z to undo. Control Z to undo. And you are back to where we all began. Go back to where we all began. So it makes it really easy for you to edit your document. It makes it very easy for you to edit your document. Very, very, very important. Very important. Now, one more thing I want to show you under navigation. When you click on Control F, you'll see that you have headings, pages, results, right? Headings, pages, results. When you click on navigation. And headings, if you have already gone to make headings, and in the next class, I believe I'll show you how to do an automated table of content with headers. You've already gone to make headings, like this one already has headings. You'll see the subheadings are already here. All you need to do is click on it, and you would go to that subheading. You click on it, edit text and graphics. It moves you to where that place is. Ribbon, keyboard shortcuts, it moves you. Select text and graph, it moves you, and all of that. so you can go specifically to where you need to go within the document by using headings. But these headings will not automatically appear. You will need to have set it up to put in headings or headers as you're going along. I'll show us how to put in headers and then how to generate a table of content, table of a list of tables and a list of figures in the next master class. All right, let me pause again and take questions. Let's pause again and take questions. So for those of us who were in this class, I would share this Word document. I'll also put it in a link to it in the description for the YouTube page. Any questions? I hope my pace wasn't way too fast for us today. Let's see if we have questions. So I'll share. You'll get it on the you'll get the Word document. I'll share. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. I just want to encourage us, please. This is something you need to just keep practicing, isn't it? You will not be able to get it all. Even me, I have not gone through all the shortcuts, and I don't intend to. That's why you have reference documents. Please practice, practice, practice. Use some of these shortcuts as you go along. And I'm very sure you'll have a wonderful rest of today. Thank you, everybody. Please go subscribe to Maduka's Masterclass on YouTube. Maduka's Masterclass on YouTube. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a wonderful day.